We live. We live once again, y'all. Y'all listening to the Candy Shopper 55 countries. We are live from Springfield, Missouri in my bathroom. And we are live on my personal Facebook page, my Facebook like page, Candyman TV. Make sure you go like. Don't be acting like you don't want to, because you know you do. YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And we are listening. We're getting heard from Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Radio Public, Podvine, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Castro, Podbean, Listen Notes, and Podchaser. Yes, I
And
did
one
read.
breath.
I know. I've been practicing.
One breath. Come on.
You
Damn.
know, practice makes perfect.
For
But
sure.
but
Well, it
today,
makes improvement.
the improvement. Yep, that
For
too.
sure.
Practice perfect improvement. We like improvement. But I'm here today with my good friend Kyla. Once again, she was a guest on the podcast show not too long ago. We just didn't have a visual because didn't have the visual. But now we got the StreamYard popping, so we about to get it popping.
Hella excited. I've been meaning to do this we've been planning this for like weeks, for sure.
Oh yeah, busy
Weeks.
schedules though. Things come up, and
Yes,
we
dude.
good though. We good
Yeah.
though. So
Always watching.
how you been though? Like what you been up to?
I've been good. Like, low key, I've been spending so much money, like, for like the move and everything, because I had recently moved to Georgia a little while ago. And excuse me, it's been really nice, like getting like settled in and everything, kind of like decorating your house to look like how you want it to look and shit. It's kind of nice.
What part of Georgia you moved to?
Just a couple hours from Atlanta, in Valdosta.
Okay,
So
okay. I've been to Georgia, but I only been there once. I remember it was what when was it? It was a college tour. College tour. Back home, this guy Terrence Jones. Oh, shout out to Terrence Jones, Canton, Ohio. Um, Big shout out. I don't know if you're hip to the podcast, but you're a good influence. So if you ever want to be on the show, just let your boy know. But
yeah.
he throws like college tours, and that's one of the places we went to. We visited like all these different colleges, like down south. We went to Alabama, Georgia, and a couple other places too. I kind of forget because that I was in high school a long time ago. So but it was definitely a great experience. So like, how long have you been out there again?
About a month and a half now. Month now, something like that. It's
Okay,
been a
okay.
minute.
So like, have you ever been out there before?
I had visited for like every other year, if not every year. Um, if she didn't come and visit me, it would normally just be to visit my sister, or she would come to visit me, like I said. But now we're living together because we've always like talked about it since we were kids, so it's working out pretty nicely.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's always good to live with somebody that you get along with.
For sure. If we didn't get along, it would not work.
Fact. Been there, done that. Mm-mm.
No, no more. No more.
So is your sister from Springfield too, or how'd that
Yeah.
go? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. We grew up together, if that's what you're asking, like.
Oh, okay. So she just ended up moving out there first, basically.
Yes. Yes. When
Oh,
she went into the military, she moved here. Well,
oh,
eventually ended up moving here, but yeah.
okay. So like, what's it like? Like when you first got out there, like how did it make you feel on the inside? Like, because I know like when you
Oh,
move out of place to different places, it's
I
different. I mean, when you
can't
visit,
lie.
it's different, but like when you move there, it's like a whole different feeling.
It's still like it's almost like I'm still getting used to it, even after like I've even like went excuse me, to different places. And like one day, I think it was like last weekend or the weekend before last, we just like booked it to Jacksonville and went to the beach to watch the sunrise. Like, what? What? it's a whole different experience. I feel like I needed this. Like, it makes me really happy to be here for sure.
That's amazing. I'm glad your happiness is a lot better now. You feel me? Like
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
you need that. Sometimes you need to just
Yeah.
get up and go.
I feel like it's like a break that you take from familiarity, like in your soul. Like you need to just go and find something new, find something out about yourself. It could be something that you don't know what you're looking for, and you'll find something. It's just the beauty of it for real. You just gotta go figure it out. Life ain't worth it if it ain't risky, you know,
Yeah, facts. You got to take that chance sometimes.
for sure.
So, so like you, so how's is the modeling thing going better out there than compared to back home?
I like took a break on it for a while, not gonna lie, because like my mental health had like decreased for a little bit, so I just wanted to focus on myself rather than like my image or try to I just wasn't even in the mood to follow up on it. And plus like I had this photographer that I am still waiting for my pictures from, and I took them back in June. So, yeah, I just like stopped really trusting photographers there. I want to find like people that I can better network with here, but I want to build rapport first and like get in their space first and feel it out and see if it's for me first. Like instead of just like going for whoever wants to take pictures of me, because no. No.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I know, like for sure, like you'll definitely find a lot of more serious entrepreneurs out there. Because like I said,
They're
I've been out there.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Dude, they're everywhere.
yeah. Because I got some family that actually moved out there, and they're actually doing like really, really good, like really, really good. And it was the best decision for them because like where I'm from, Canton, it's a little bit
Mhm.
smaller than Springfield, and as of right now, it's not really too much out there. And like I said, I know some family who end up moved out there. They was out there visiting at first, but then they just packed their stuff and moved, and they doing a lot better. Life is a lot happier, more opportunities, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
So what do you? So you said you've been out there for a couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah, like a month or so, yeah.
Month. Okay, okay.
hmm
So like, what's some plans you got going on out there? Like, what's on your mind out there?
Well, I just got done talking to this lady. I enrolled for some courses to do like excuse me, some like tech programming, like and like it's 100% like guaranteed employment with whatever company I choose or whichever is next in line to what I choose. But I get a job regardless, and like I think it's like I can get up to like 100,000 a year within like 2 or 3 years of doing it.
Oh, that's not
So
bad. Oh,
yeah, or something like that. I can't really
so,
remember what she said.
so it's like computer tech or something like that.
Yeah, it's like we kind of like learn code and like through this thing called like Python, and then we learn about like how to do portfolios and like JavaScript, things like that, like and then even like Twitter clones, shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's what really a lot of the good money's at for real. Because a lot of people need portfolios. A lot of people need I and that's crazy part is I remember I was looking at this one lady popped up randomly on my Instagram, and she was talking about coding, and I was like, coding, what do you mean? And she broke it down a little bit. I don't know, I can't really explain the whole shindig, but then I was thinking of like what she was talking about added up to a lot. I was like, coding is such a really good thing. And what's crazy is like I like back in the day, like when MySpace was a thing,
Yeah,
MySpace taught us how to code, and we didn't even realize it. Like how
yeah,
we
we
copied
did.
and pasted. Like I remember, like somebody was talking about, like it was like it was either a video or a comment or something. So I was like, man, we learned how to code back in the MySpace days, and I was like, we really was, but we didn't even know like that's something where the big money's at. Some people did, but others like
Yeah,
like we just see oh, I like that background. Let me copy and paste this, boom, right here. That's coding. But like
yep.
that's something that I actually want to get into too, like down the line. That coding.
Oh
Real.
yeah, for sure. There's this startup site because I wanted to learn it too at one point, and I like did just beginner stuff. I didn't really go too far into it, but it was nice to learn what I could. It's called Cricket, and you can teach yourself how to code through there, and it'll teach you how to do different things with like how to set up like excuse me, certain signatures and web pages and things like that. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you definitely can't beat that. 100K a year though, like in 2 years, 2 3 years, you definitely can't beat
Hmm.
that. Definitely can't.
Definitely not. Like,
So,
dude.
so let me ask you this: like, what's like the different? Like, what are some of like the more advantages that you have out there compared to like back home?
Oh my gosh, my dad's calling. Sorry, Dad. Oh, I'm gonna take that up. I'll just have to text him or something. Um, what was your question again? That threw my entire thought process
Oh
off.
no,
So,
you good. Basically, what are like like what are some comparisons from being
yes.
there and being back home?
Well, it's definitely like warmer for the most part. It's warmer a lot of the time. I think we actually we had a hurricane warning go out too. Never had that issue in Springfield, so that's totally different. Um, and also being like 3 hours away from a beach, like, dude, come on, that's crazy.
A real beach.
Yeah,
Ha.
pretty beach. I actually posted like little snippets like on my TikTok of like the best pictures that I possibly made that day, and then just random little videos that we made whenever we went on the beach. It was so nice. Oh my gosh. I don't know. The beach does something to me.
I mean, that beach life is so different. Like, especially
It
when
is.
you go to a real one by like an actual ocean, not one of these like I mean, not one of those like
Not like
you
Stockton Beach. Like
yeah.
just because you put sand there doesn't make it a beach. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not.
Yeah. Like, cause I remember when I went to Florida like a couple years, like, well, it wasn't a couple, it was a little while back. We went to this one beach in Florida. I forgot where it was exactly, but it was just like humongous. Like, there's sand everywhere. The ocean was just like so far out, and like people who live there, they're like, oh, we see this every day. This is basic, but come from a small city, we don't see real beaches unless you see them on the internet.
Literally, I was like, wow. And we're supposed to be going again next weekend, but with more people because, oh my God, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast.
I need to go to a beach ASAP.
I feel like everyone needs to go to a beach. Like
Ha!
immediately. Immediately.
Man, I ain't been to. You make me want to travel. I'm stuck here for a minute though, but it's all good
Man,
though.
it's definitely worth the wait either way. If you do have to wait, it'll be worth it for sure.
Oh yeah, facts. Just got to get a couple things together, and I gotta focus on that credit because ooh wee, it's looking pretty. Ooh, yeesh, yeesh.
I feel it. I feel it. Like,
Yeah,
haven't been the most responsible, but I'm getting
man.
there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I mean, credit score, I'm coming for you. Just good experience, all y'all. Equifax and that other one, I forgot what its name, but I'm coming after y'all. Coming after
That's so
y'all.
fair.
Alexis, shout out to Alexis Nexus. Yeah. Alexis Nexus. Some of y'all don't know about Alexis Nexus. I can't really explain too much about it because I'm just really getting out hip to her. But yeah. Shout out to Lex. Shout out to Lexi.
Go
She
off.
she helps out a lot. But
Good.
anyways. So like what are some like have you got any like any you got any like kicking spots out there right now that you go to on the regular or you just been exploring?
Low key just been exploring. There's been a few places that I've went to a couple times, and then there's been other places where I've only went once, but it was still a pretty good experience either way. I haven't had any bad experiences here so far, which
Well,
is
that's good.
refreshing.
You ever been to the Underground Mall yet in Atlanta?
No, that's so crazy because the neighbor was just talking to me about that earlier. He was like, "Have you ever been to the mall around here?" I'm like, "No." Like, but dude, I want
Uh,
to go. I've heard so much stuff about it.
it's so dope. Like when we went out there on that college tour, because I remember people was talking about this, like, oh yeah, the underground mall. It's literally a mall that's underground, and it's like, oh my god, it was crazy because it was just like I don't. It was just crazy. I was like, this is wild. Like, how do y'all just go underground? And who just came up with an idea like, oh well, you know what? I'm just
Storm.
gonna dig a hole and I'm gonna put a mall down here and just put a whole bunch of stuff down here. Like, it's crazy. Like, once you go, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is it. I remember that we went to some big mall in Georgia in Atlanta. I forgot what mall it was called, but it was so big. It was the biggest mall I ever been to. At least during that point in my life, when I went to
Hmm.
Vegas, I went to other humongous ones, but this mall was so humongous, I got lost, and I got lost
Holy
for like
shit.
a good minute. But then like I talked to some people. I'm like, hey, I need some help. Can you show me? Because it was like 4 floors or something like that, but it was so crazy big.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, it was just like I remember in Vegas, Fashion Show Mall is a huge mall like that. Like it's got like 4 different floors and just stores everywhere. And this one mall, I forget what it's called, but it has nothing but high end name brand designer clothes in there. Like it was a Gucci, like they had like the Gucci store on the outside was humongous. They had a whole section for Gucci. They had Fendi, they had Prada, they had like basically they had they even had like a Rolex store in there. Like basically any top
That's
name brand,
crazy.
it was in there. Even like brands I never even heard of before. I'm just like, what? And like,
That's what's up, though.
yeah, you got to be pretty wealthy. Like you go and spend at least $800 in there. Like you go and spend at least 800 or a minimum of 500-600. It's crazy. But
Like,
yeah,
dude.
what'd you say?
I said, like, dude. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, and rich folks is in there. They just shopping, having a good old time. Oh my, I wonder what you be doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I be thinking. I'm like, what do you do for a living? Like,
So like with that tech program, is it like a college or is it just like a course?
they're like courses. It's basically like it's kind of like a crash program. I want to like just say it's a crash program because that's how I compartmentalized it in my own mind. but it's basically just teaching me how to get into just basic like software engineering. So I'll be able to thrive in the virtual market no matter where I go. So that'll be something that I can definitely fall back on. I feel like it would kind of like benefit me financially as well because I like expensive things. Definitely want to get them.
Can't beat that. I mean, like you said earlier, 100K a year.
Wild.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know, especially like the job, like I remember when people told me like out there, like in Georgia, like if you want a job or you want to try to get into something or get some money, people are more willing to help you than a lot of places.
Yeah, it's I think that you like you'd more so get like you get better recommendation here with by like word of mouth than you do like going on websites because like I did try to look for jobs as soon as I got here and I was like, man, I want to get something that like I actually can stick with and that I like that was as good as my old job, which nobody's ever going to be as good as my old job, but I digress. And I couldn't really get any work, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to like get these courses so that I can just be my own boss and do my own shit one day, but I need something to fall back on that can finance for my dreams like so yeah.
Yeah, that coding will definitely do it for you for sure. Like that definitely gonna do it for you. Like, eesh, I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you that you're doing better, you're a lot happier. Cause I know like there was a time and point where like you was a little down. You know what I'm saying? But you
Oh
know
yeah.
things happen for a reason, and better things happen. Because I remember this one guy told me I forget what his name was, but remember he said bad things happen to good people for extraordinary things to happen.
That's facts. I feel like that's facts. That's definitely resonated with me.
You see any like famous people out there?
um One person that I personally know actually lives in Savannah, but one person actually no, I know a few people. Yeah, I know a few people. Sorry, I had to think about that, but yeah, I know a few people because I don't really see them as like famous people. I just see them as like who they are, like as
Right.
a person. You know what I'm saying? So, they just that's just their craft, whatever. Um, but yeah, a couple famous people for sure. Um, he's coming up, but it's King Bogus, the Monarch. He's actually climbing the charts here in Georgia on Georgia radio. So he's kind of just like locally famous, but state definitely loves him.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to get there.
GA definitely shows love on the music side for sure. Like
Definitely,
they
definitely.
show love. Cause I remember my brother was talking about he was trying to go out there for a minute because he be doing music. So he's talking about going out there, but things got in the way. But that's still like one of his things in his plans to go out there one of these days and drop a couple hits. Yeah,
Nice.
that Georgia lifestyle.
It's definitely different here. They drive hella different.
Is it good? Oh yeah, that traffic is crazy. I already know that traffic is crazy.
Man, and then don't try to go to Florida in the middle of the day, cause honey, that is no joke. You're gonna be stuck in traffic till the sun go down.
Yeah.
Like fuck. And then damn it be a crash, bro. Like no. That
Man,
shit is not it.
I remember when I was in Vegas, and when I was in Vegas, I didn't have a car. So, and I didn't have I didn't really have I had a reliable source of transportation, But
Mm.
I couldn't get to him all the time because he was working. Plus, like, he was on it. My boy T Wells, shout out my boy T Wells, aka Sarah Legend. He was in the process of going back to France to hoop, so he couldn't really get me all the time. I remember I had to catch the bus everywhere. I got a job at Walmart, and from where I was living at the time, it took me almost 2 hours to get there. Like, with a car,
Dude.
it would have been like 20 minutes, which really ain't that bad. But I had to catch like 3 or 4 buses at some time. Like, I would get on one bus, it would take me here and out the way. Get on another one, it would take me here and out the way. Then get on this one, and then I'm at Walmart. And if it, depending on what time I got off, oh my god! I remember one time I literally took, because like the buses are so weird, and the time schedule just really screwed up, to be honest. I remember one time I got on like 6 or 7 different buses just to get home
Oh
because of
my
the time
god.
structure. I was like, because I like at first I was following the GPS. The GPS said get on this bus. Okay, and I had to refresh the GPS because I didn't know anything about the bus schedule there. And then
Hmm.
I just started thinking that I started thinking like within the time frame, I'm like, wait a minute, I just got on like 5 different buses. I'm like, what?
Dude,
It
that
was,
would blow me because, nah, man.
and it was hot.
Man.
I was angry. But as soon as I got home, oh my god, it was the uh it was man, it was definitely an experience. So hey,
Yeah.
I know next time though, like shoot, well besides next time, don't move somewhere where it's so expensive that and you don't have no money. Because I went out there broke. I went out there with a dream and barely a dollar, and I was like, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen, but. Whew, that was a rough time, but it was a good experience though.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there for sure. But I remember whenever before I had a car, like before I even had my license, I would walk to work. Like that shit. No. There was one time, and then I worked across town, so it was like a 3 hour walk. Like I was walking straight just for 3 hours, like just to make it on time to work. Like hell, no, dude.
Man, I know the feeling. I know that feeling. Like, if you ain't ever walked to work, you don't know the struggle.
You really don't, though.
You don't know
You
the struggle.
really don't, though. If you didn't have to use your bike to get to work, or a skateboard, or some roller skates, bruh, you don't know the struggle. You don't.
I remember there was times when I was back in Canton. For those of y'all who live in Canton, y'all know where the mall is. I walked all the way from the mall all the way to downtown. Now, y'all who know, y'all, the ones in Canton, Ohio, or whoever been to Canton, Ohio, who know where the mall is, like the main Belden Village Mall, imagine walking from there to downtown. That was one time I did it because I got angry and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to walk home. I got a quarter of a way there. I'm like, why did I do this? Like, I couldn't find a ride, but still, I was like, why? Why did I do it? Was, and I remember even like in Vegas, there's how I told you about the screwed up bus schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If you miss the bus at a certain time and that bus station, like they're not gonna go there no more, you gotta walk a whole different way to get to a bus that's gonna take you to your destination. I remember I had to race to the bus stop one time because I missed the bus. I was like, oh, then I had to go to this bus stop that was like 2 miles away. And 2 miles ain't nothing, but at the same time, as hot as it was, and I was already tired, and I had to walk around with, like, I had a book bag full of stuff, and I had a suitcase most of the time. So man, I was like, That was it. And then if I end up missing the bus, I have to sit outside for like another 30 minutes. But at the time, like, if I got to sit down, I was like, you know what, I missed the bus, but at least the nigga get to sit down for like 30
Dead
minutes.
ass, dead ass.
But what I was grateful for about all them buses, AC was on deck. They did not play about that AC. If that AC didn't work on that bus, they would get a whole different bus and pull up. Everybody get on. That's one thing I can say. I'm thankful for them buses, man.
Cause boy, I know it get hot than a bitch in a bus with all them people. You could you at least like move the windows? I ain't never been on a public bus like that for real. I've always been like scared to get on the bus for real. But bruh, no, like
man,
without AC, no.
the people, some people would literally die on those buses. Like, especially how, because, sometimes it'll be like 90,
Oh
100,
my
110
god.
degrees. It'd be, because some people, they got problems, so they can't handle that much heat. But like
Right.
I could just only imagine being on one of those hot ass buses because it would get to a point where it would be hotter inside the bus than outside if that heat didn't work. Like, and
Man.
I'm talking about the AC was on so crazy, you would get cold on the bus. Like, it'd be 100 degrees outside, you hot, sweaty. As soon as you get on the bus, you'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, it felt good at first, but then sometimes I was just like, well, it's a little bit too cold in here for this.
Right. Like what? And I get cold easy, so I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, it was reckless. I remember there was times. Oh my god, it was like, and they would have those long buses. Like, it would be basically like three regular buses put together. It would be so many people on them buses sometimes. It would be
Hmm.
ridiculous. Like, oh my goodness, it was crazy. It was
I'm
crazy.
down. I bet it was crowded. Like, no.
Yeah, it was
And it's
crap.
hot. Like, and
Yeah.
then some people, like, they don't really, like, take care of themselves. So, like, then it smells weird. Like, I can't even, no.
That's why, like, all the times I rode the
No.
bus, I see, like, if you have the opportunity to not ride the bus, I suggest to people all the time, don't get on it. If you need to get on it, do what you gotta do. But it's just like a lot of these buses are just unsanitary to a point where it's just plain trifling. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I remember there's a couple times I get on the bus, it smells so bad. And it's just like, I just be like, dang, I don't know what seat I want to sit on. I don't know what seat I should sit on. Some people, they don't be taking showers or they don't have the opportunity to take showers. Some homeless people, they ride the bus all the time because they don't have nowhere else to go, nothing to do. So they just on the bus, doing their thing. Like, and just,
Mm-hmm.
and some people piss and shit on the bus too. And it's like,
That's
I,
wild.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
It gets,
wild.
especially like here in Springfield, like recently,
Oh my god.
yeah, recently I had to take the bus because like my car broke down on me because I need a new battery. Thank
Mhm.
God it broke down on me in my parking spot. So I had to go to one of my little well, I had to go to one of my little jobs. And I was like, dang, I ain't caught the bus in a minute. But it's okay because there's a bus stop that's literally right across the street from where I live at. And it takes me like less than 10 minutes to get where I need to go at the little job. So I was like, okay, it ain't no big deal. When I got on, I was like, this don't feel right. Like I'm so spoiled having a car because I never had a car as long as I have now. I'm
Yeah.
like, I got on that bus. I was like, this just don't feel right. Like, my car, where's the? And then like the smell, it
I
brought back it brought back memories. I was like, I remember the smell. This
yes.
the bus smell. And thank God, like I said, thank God it was less than 10 minutes, and I just get off. And plus, like at that job, most of the time I get like people give me rides home. People give me rides home because I don't live
Mhm.
far. So I was like, okay, it's not a big deal, you know. And I'm gonna get another battery. It's no big deal. Plus, I only got to get on here like probably once or twice a week, every 2 weeks.
Right.
So, but still, like I was just like, man,
No.
mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm. So, man, I'm so glad that you're doing a lot better, though. So glad that you're happier. You out there in the GA. You plan on coming back to the field anytime to visit? Probably not anytime soon, obviously, because you know you just got out there.
Well, I do want to visit like sooner rather than possible. Wait, sooner rather than later as possible. Sorry. Um, but at the same time, like it's definitely gonna be just a visit. Like I'm not can't stay, can't stay. But I will come and like see about my people and shit like that. I think that's like the main thing that I want to go do. Like go to my old job. I miss them so much. Dude, leaving them was like probably the most bittersweet like experience I had in a long time. Can't lie. I cried hella hard happy tears from that job. Can't lie. Them people show love for real. I love them.
Did they throw like a goodbye party or anything like that?
Yeah, they bought the wine that I had suggested. Um they bought a couple bottles of it and I got pretty tipsy that night after getting off work. It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice.
Damn, I wish my old jobs would buy me some wine or something to celebrate me leaving. But shoot, a lot of them.
They did more than that, but that was just the tip of it. Them people showed love. I'm gonna just leave it at that. They showed love for sure. I was like, dude, damn near didn't want to leave no more. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait. But definitely had to get up out of here. So um, but it's been good so far. It's been really good so far. So um, it's peaceful. It's peaceful.
Peace of mind. That's what we all need. Peace of mind.
I was watching this because you know how I'm into like spirituality and things like that. So I was watching this lady on TikTok do tarot readings, and like she's one of my favorite readers just because like I like her accent. It's cute. And she kept saying like watch The Secret on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, watch it on Netflix. Watch The Secret. So I'm like, what are you like? I was like, why does she keep saying this? It's probably some weird ass show or whatever that might be trending later, whatever. But no, I don't think it's popular at all. But it's called The Secret, and it like teaches the mindset of like entrepreneurs and um, billionaires and hella successful people. And I feel like it changed my outlook on a lot of things. And what kind of like drove me to take the steps into a different direction that I'm going to be following through with at this point. But I should like low key like changed my life at some point. Like I feel like it literally changed my life. Like in the middle of watching it, I was just like, you know what? That's crazy. Because the things that they were saying was correct. It was like spot on. Definitely go watch that if you have Netflix. Do you have Netflix?
No, but I know somebody who does.
Hey, get the password. Get the Netflix account.
Sam, if you're watching, I need that Netflix account. I need that.
Yes, and then save it to his list behind his back, and then just you know what I'm saying they can watch it too, because I feel like it'll save everybody. It'll save everybody. You just gotta know.
Netflix been dropping some stuff lately. I've been seeing like Oh, Netflix, they different. They
I've been seeing all that Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I don't even want to like get into it. He was a sick man.
oh yeah.
Sick
I I'm
man.
not gonna lie. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I mean, I remember. I mean, I was already hip to Jeffrey Dahmer like years ago. I mean, dude was from
Right.
Ohio. You know,
That
nothing wrong.
is crazy
But
too. Yeah, like
it,
dude.
but like, I remember I saw like a couple documentaries, and I think I did see one movie about him. Like,
Hmm.
I saw one. I forgot what it was called, but I remember like a movie about him. But I heard like this one people keep saying like, "Oh, I got into it for 10 minutes and I can't even watch it." I'm like, "Oh, that means I gotta see it." Like
I
I
don't
don't
know, man. I heard a
I really
lot of reviews on it because people like to spoil shit on the internet, but a lot of people that I was paying attention to said some vague things, and I don't know, man.
I
He
gotta.
he did a lot of things that society does not uh rear a smile to
Oh yeah,
in
oh
most
yeah.
senses.
Like I
Um,
remember some of the stuff that went down in the first movie that I seen, but I heard this one. Like I don't know. I just heard this one is like overly overboard. Like this one's overboard. And I'm not gonna lie, like from what people have been talking about, it makes me want to see it more. Like at first, I was like, when I seen it, there was like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, oh, I already know about dude. But then when people were like, oh no, I seen it. It was this and this and that. I was like, okay. Then more people start, especially on Facebook. Everybody was talking about. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta see it now.
Man, because I can't even stress how much I don't want to see that shit. Everybody else can hype about that, but I'm cool on that. I have enough nightmares. I'm cool. Like, I'm cool.
Man, I remember there's this one thing on Netflix called the have you seen the woman in the house across from the street from the girl in the window?
Yes.
That
Yes, that one's crazy.
that show is wild.
Oh,
I
she's such a
remember
good actress,
I
too.
know. I know. She's crazy. Like I think I only seen the first season. Did the second season come out yet?
I don't think so.
Let me
I'm
see.
not sure.
I'm
I'm
looking
not
at my
sure, to be honest. Is it on Netflix?
Yep, it sure is.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look.
Like, cause I remember like I got hooked to. I'm not even gonna lie. When I seen the title, I was like, okay, this title's doing too much. I gotta see it. When I saw that first episode, I'm not gonna lie. I sat through like seven episodes, and then like I had to go to bed because it was like getting real late, and I had to get up early. I was like, oh shoot, let me watch a little bit of this later. I watched like the first season like probably 2 3 days. It was just I was so intrigued, and plus, like you said, old girl, who's the lady that starred in that movie? What's her name? Um,
Mm, I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't even lie to you.
me neither. She's so good at what she does.
For sure.
The woman who plays the woman in the house across the street from the window, the girl, all that.
Yeah.
You did a good job. I forget your name, but you did a good job on that one. like
Oh my god, that was my favorite. That was my
the
favorite
name
moment right
of
there.
the name of the title is wild.
It
Like,
is so long. It is such a long
yeah,
title. I think it's the woman across the street from the woman in the window. I
no,
think that's what it's called.
it's the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window.
They just put so many extra words like that could have been said in such a shorter like it's okay. I get it. I get it.
I
It's
I I
because
think
there's
it's
comedy in it, like so it could be the comedy spin, but I don't know. That
It's
name is way too damn long.
it really is. It's hard to remember, but I think like it was for the marketing. Like or somebody must have had some good old, what, and they was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna come up with this title.
This title's perfect. We're
That
just
was
gonna run
perfect.
with this.
It could have just been the lady in the house across the street from the girl. But no, the lady in the window across the street from the neighbor's cat and dog and
It could have just simply been like the neighbor's window. It
yeah.
could have been such a short thing, like, but I don't know. They did their thing on that though. I can't lie. They for sure did their thing though.
You saw the whole season?
Mhm. Oh, I binged it.
Man, I
I
now
couldn't get enough.
I'm not gonna for everybody who's never seen it, I see I'm not gonna do any spoilers because I don't do that. I don't do that because I don't like when people do it to me. But the ending, like the ending was just crazy. Like who was behind a lot of that stuff? It
Yeah.
was it was crazy. We'll just leave it at it was crazy. Y'all better go see it. But
Um, the same girl who plays that woman is in this show called and they're all on Netflix. Uh, called The Good Place, and that one is kind of like it's a psychology flip for real. It's kind of like people who are religious, I feel like they would kind of get a new perspective on it if they're open minded to it. But it definitely like I don't know, I like food for thought kind of things to watch. So that definitely made me pick my brain on like what actually happens after this life and within this life and things like that. And if it affects where you go. You know what I mean?
right. So let me ask you a random question. Now, I remember we talked about earlier, like when you was like doing modeling or whatever. Would you consider doing acting?
Oh, yes, definitely. I do ultimately want to do that. That's what like I want this tech thing to fund is like getting me into like acting and shit like that cuz I feel like it's already like easy enough for me in like certain like job settings to pretend to be this person for x amount of time and things like that. So I feel like if I was just like throwing myself around on a stage and having laughs with people and things like that and then that would be my job, like it doesn't feel like work. I feel like that's just like a normal day of me being me. So I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm trying to get into. Like, because I remember I worked with a modeling agency back home. It was in Akron, Ohio. It was called Pro Model and Talent Management,
Mm-hmm.
and like they like I was always into like doing like plays and stuff and in the film and whatnot, but like they actually like it was like a because I've never been like before that point I've never been to like a professional studio. I've never been in front of like professional cameras. Like they had this gorgeous building, and it was just so crazy. I was like, dang, like I've never been to a modeling agency until that time. And looking around, like the design, like the interior designer, whoever you are, you're blessed. Like the interior design in that place was crazy. And then when we actually went to the room where we were getting taught like how to do certain things, how to get prepared for auditions, it was just crazy. Like they had us like at a point they had us like, okay, you're gonna stand over here where these lights were flashing on us. They had the camera on us, and like we were just going at it. And I was like, dang, this is something that I really would do like full time because like with acting, like you said, like it don't even feel like a job. You're doing something that you enjoy. You're doing something that's fun, and you're getting paid pretty well. Like like for instance, a lot of people don't know this, but like Hugh Jackman, who played Wolverine off X-Men, he did a lot of Broadway back in the day.
Mhm.
Like he did a lot of Broadway. There's a lot of there's just it's just it's so crazy. And like it's plus like if you do like Broadway stage plays and stuff like that, like if you're especially if you're in the union, my boy Sam told me like some of them get paid so well. Like every show, like they get paid so well for every show. Like depending on what level you're on. But once you reach a certain tier and you have you reach a certain reputation, 9 to 5, what?
Like
You
what?
like, like I'm talking about like I think he said like with the union you have to pay like $500 a month, but at the same time, the checks you get from them stage plays, that 500 ain't nothing. You one check you could probably pay off half a year's worth of your union fees. You just be like, you know what? I'm getting paid this whole check. I'm just gonna pay off half a year, but I'm gonna get that money back again when I do this one, and when I go here and I travel here. So it's like, oh, it's so crazy. That's one
That
of the yeah, and
that
like theaters, and what I didn't know until this year, really, theaters really big in Springfield. Like it's
Mhm.
humongous.
Yeah, they got like the Galois or I don't know how to pronounce it ever. They got that theater over there. They got Springfield Little Theater, I think, where they do all like the stage plays and things like that. Um they have another place, I can't think of it, but it's pretty big actually.
Yeah, I think they got like three. I know they got like 3, 4 locations. I know the one downtown, the Little Theater. That's one of the easiest ones to get into because
Hmm.
a lot of them like they'll take anybody for real.
Right.
And I know shout out to my theater friends at MSU, Sam, Max, Thad, John, and Caleb, the big dogs. Their theater group, like in their graduating class of theater, crazy. Like I haven't seen them all. I've seen a few I've seen a few of the talent in there. Like MSU really got something going on with them. Like,
Look at that.
oh yeah, big, real big. But
Look
you know,
at
that's you once we get a couple things together, we do need to collab on like some movies and stuff like that. Some just all type of stuff, you know. We gonna
Definitely.
get there. We gonna get there.
For sure.
Yeah, just first thing I gotta do is defeat my number one enemy besides Satan, my credit score.
It's myself. It's really me. It's
Because
really me.
that credit score is a cock blocker on so many ways.
Man.
Like, it don't matter how good of a person you is, if that credit score bad, they're gonna be like, oh, mm,
They don't care. They don't care.
mm. Yeah, but I'm gonna definitely tackle that credit score because I need business loans. I need some big fat business loans. You know, I I'm not gonna lie, I tried to get a little PPP loan. Didn't work for me, but if it did, boy, I'd be up right now.
Man.
My credit,
Oh God,
my
what?
would have been gone. The government would have came after me. I would have paid y'all back. Real talk, I would have paid y'all back. Y'all lucky. I would have paid my debt off, invested my money. Then my name probably would have been on that PPP loan list. Oh well, my money's up. What y'all need? Y'all need this money back? Here you go. Hey, it is what it is. We both winning. You got your money back. I got my credit up. I'm good.
Should be that easy.
Yeah. Shout out to
Should
those
be.
who got that PPP loan and didn't get caught. Shout out to y'all. I support your hustle. I ain't even gonna lie. I support.
No.
Oh man,
He really did that on live. I'm dead as hell, but I agree.
man.
Capitalism must fall.
So I'm saying, Biden, if you watching the podcast, I doubt you is. If you wanna do us a little favor, write a couple more stimulus checks.
Man,
You can write
something.
you can write your boy about 10, 20 bands if you want.
Speaking of which, do you know who's in the running for the next presidency?
Who?
I don't know. I was asking you.
Oh, I think. Well, I know.
Yo.
I know. I mean, besides obviously, OG Biden, he probably trying to run. He can't run too fast. He's too old. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my boy Trump, he coming back for a comeback.
Right.
He's the one who started. He's the one forever who said like, yeah, write them Americans checks. As soon as he said that, I'm like, oh yeah, I like you. I know, and Kanye apparently Kanye, which
Wait, like for real? Like actually?
yeah,
I'll vote for him.
even said it. What's that song? And he said it he even said it in that one song with on Future's recent album. He said because he was talking about I forgot what bar he said, but basically he said he's gonna have his wife right beside him when he running for president. And
I remember one year it was like rumored that he like ran for president or something. Or maybe it was a joke. I don't know. We're in a simulation. But uh if he does actually run, like, I don't care if it seems ridiculous. I'm gonna vote for him.
how things is going, I might run for president.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, like I'm
Old
gonna have
enough now.
I'm gonna
Wait,
have
no,
the
no.
cheapest, most ghetto campaigns ever because I can't
Right.
afford to spend millions of dollars on kids. If I have millions of dollars, I ain't spending that money on no campaigns.
No.
What? I'm gonna have the most ghetto, cheapest campaigns. I'm gonna go to every hood. I'm like, look, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. Oh, raise your hand right now if you had food stamps before. Raise your hand if you had a job that
I
ain't
wish
paying you
I
right.
ever, if I ever got accepted to get food stamps, boy, I'd use the fuck out of them. But the government was like, nope, you make too much. So I'm like, damn.
Man, food stamps. See, we got somebody agreeing with us in the comments. The food stamps. Oh wait. I have food stamps in years. Ever since I quit working at Coca-Cola, they said your boy can get some. They said your boy got qualified again. I just gotta give him papers that I don't work at all these other places. He said I use the fucking food stamps.
I just see
Facts,
that.
facts, facts. No
Man,
man,
I wish
no
I
man.
could. They tell me I make too much. That's shit.
That's shame, man. Like if you
Who trying
got
to
food,
spend all this money on food, bro? When the government
man,
could.
free
Come
money. That's
on, bruh. I'm literally paying to get necessities. Fuck. Come on, man. You can't help me out, bruh.
food
Come
stamps.
on, man.
Whoever invented food stamps or came up with that, God bless you and your family. I mean, they probably dead now because food stamps came out a long time ago. But
Man.
I pray that your family and whoever else that you relate to get blessed. And thank you for
They
food.
said.
I just went. I don't know. It just says Facebook user. Shoot,
Yeah.
the price of food now. Woo! You right.
Man, do you hear?
You right.
Okay, the last time I went grocery shopping, literally the other day, I spent $300 to fill
Lord,
my house up. three
Lord.
hundred dollars. When I say sick, when I say sick, oh my god.
Miss Londa, what up? What's happening? I know you was sick though. That shoot. It's hard out here for them food.
Man.
Man, it's hard out here. It's hard out here, man. God bless the food stamps. Hopefully, man, if I was president, food stamps on me for
Man.
everybody. For everybody. You got time
And
though?
like,
You got
yes.
time? Okay, everybody. We, or at least on the podcast on Anchor, we about to do a commercial break. On the live, we still up and live. We just run out of time on the Anchor, but you already know. Go to CandymanTV.com to see the live, and we'll be back after these commercial breaks. Boom, and we got a little 60 minutes in on the podcast. But yeah, we back. We gonna be back. Kyla, part two, part one. All right, and we back. And yo, what's good? We back on the Candy Shop live on my personal Facebook page, Facebook like page, Candyman TV, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Also, you're hearing us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Radio Public, Podvine, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Castro, Podbean, Listen Notes, and Pod Chaser. We are here today with Kyla. And shout out to Miss Londa in the building. We are talking about food stamps right now because food stamps are so important and they are such a necessary. Food
Childcare
stamps and medical
with it.
child care is
Yes, that part. That
you
part heavy on childcare as well. They do not get paid enough.
nope, sure don't.
Heavy on that. Oh
Sure
my
don't.
God, heavy on that. I literally just got so, woo, I got so passionate. My blood pressure raised a little bit because, yes, heavy on that. Medical as well. Oh my God, I cannot tell you. And the medical care is so scary. It's so scary. It's always been really scary to me just because, like, I didn't want to believe it, but I was reading stories over, and it's like the medical industry doesn't really like black women or women who are not, uh, if they're people of color. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care that much in the medical field. Um, which, like, I don't know why. I don't think it's like a racism thing, or it could be. Who knows? Could be. But um, they just don't get as much care as like the next person would get, which I think is concerning. But I would definitely that was all good ideas. All of that was good ideas. I could go on tangents about every single one of those points because yes, like yes, if I was president, I would go to for sure.
If I was president, I would try to, instead of funding all those trillions and trillions of dollars for war, I would put it in health care plans. I would make sure, like, I would, for one, like, everybody in the medical field, y'all pay raise is going to go up. Everybody's pay will go up because there ain't no way that certain jobs get paid more than the medical people. Like, especially like during COVID. Like, they're talking about
Yeah,
COVID was deadly, doing all this, making people all this sick. They got to wear like 10 different masks. They going home to their families, bringing damn near having COVID themselves, bringing it home to their families. You know, like, man, the medical
they
field,
do.
man.
Yeah, they gotta take extra steps to keep it away from them. Like that just goes to show you it's not just time for you to get ahead and I think you're in a good position. Man,
Facts. For those of y'all on Anchor, we got a comment, or Anchor and all the other podcasts that said that just goes to show you that it's not designed for you to get ahead. The minute you think you're in a good position, they hit you with something to set you back. Facts. And what's crazy is a lot of the majority of medical practices, they only teach about medicine. They don't teach about nutrition because there's a lot of natural medicines in the food that we eat. And what's crazy is a lot of the hospitals that we, no, first off, no disrespect to anybody in the medical field. I have a lot of family members in the medical field. I have a lot of friends in the medical field. Y'all do an amazing job. Y'all don't get paid enough, and y'all don't get the respect that y'all deserve. And y'all don't get taught certain things that y'all should be taught more, like nutrition. But there are a lot of natural foods that can get rid of diseases, that can get rid of sicknesses, that can get rid of a lot of things, even anxiety and all type of stuff. I mean, you can ask Dr. Sebi. You know, mm, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get my page shut down. But yeah, most of us know about Dr. Sebi and what he did and how he helped people like Magic Johnson. But yeah, let me yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. Like a lot of the, and it's crazy. Like a lot of different countries, they have like free healthcare, or like they have, if it's not free, it's more affordable. And it's just crazy. Like it feels like, me personally, I feel like a lot of stuff that these higher ups know about, they don't want us to know about because they're gonna lose a lot more money than they're already getting.
That's facts. I think that the like big pharma companies are really like dead set on excuse me, making things that we are supposed to depend on for certain things other than the things that grow around us, because it's kind of like that method of like, that story whenever there's monkeys that are climbing a ladder, but every time that the monkey gets to the top, something smacks him back down, and then
Yep.
they send another one up, and then he goes to warn the other one that you're going to get smacked down if you do that. I think it's kind of like that, because it's like the resources are so close to us and still kind of under control with like agricultural places as well, but that's another story. um where we could grow our own food, our own medicine, they, I don't think that, and in a lot of schools like home ec like was not taught. They were more so like selectives, like early childhood development was a selective, which is fair. No, like it's fair, but I feel like culinary arts should have been like a mandatory thing, because not everybody knows how to cook, like we were
Facts.
talking about earlier. And then um also like classes that curb around like relationships and family and things like that. I think that that should be mandatory, because a lot of people didn't come from like a healthy background. They didn't have the home training on how to take care of a kid and like they're teen pregnant, you know what I mean? So I think that those should have been things that kind of like curbed the education system. So I feel like basic life skills are not taught in schools. Like, so I feel like that's the problem with like people going out, and after like they get out of high school, they go into the real world and they're like, this was literally nothing like I was prepared for in the last 13 years.
Yes. Yes. Because I remember when I graduated, like senior year was cool. At first, senior year was cool because I'm like, okay, I'm a senior. I can, I got more freedom. I do a couple things. I remember, like I was going to Timken at the time, and back in Canton, and like the Wendy's was right down the street. Wendy's was right down the street. McDonald's was downtown. Downtown was just like a 10-minute walk. And nobody was allowed. They said, oh well, we're not allowed to leave the school and go to like Wendy's or McDonald's. They was letting the seniors do it. Like there was times like the security guard seen me at the door and it was like, where'd you go? I was like, oh, I just went to Wendy's real quick. It was like, you a senior? I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh, all right. I was like, cool. But I was never prepared because as soon as I got halfway there, like first quarter was over, second quarter was over, it's like, dang, I got two more quarters left. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. There's all these people with scholarships. There's all these people with if they don't have a scholarship, they got these good jobs set up. Or if they don't have a good job set up, they already got a place in a car. Other people, they don't have a place in the car, but they got their credit up to a point where they can do, they can do this and this and that and make it right. And it was just like I didn't have any guidance. I wasn't prepared for nothing. And school didn't
Right.
teach me how to be prepared for the real world. The most thing school taught me how to do was how to write a check in that one financial class. It was like, dang, like all these years, I don't know how to have basic life skills to be a man. And it's just like you said, a lot of kids don't grow up in those homes where they either have a lot of love or they either have a lot of guidance. Like I love in my home, but certain parts of my life in my manhood, I wasn't taught in the home or in school. So as soon as I graduated, graduation was cool, taking pictures with people. But then
Mm-hmm.
like when all that was over, like as soon as we done taking pictures, we go our separate ways. As soon as I got home, I was like, dang, like what am I gonna do? Like if I got put on the streets right there and then, I wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't have had no survival skills. And like you said, like school needed culinary arts should have been mandatory. Finances should have been mandatory. Honestly, for like gym and phys ed, they should have took us camping. They should have took us camping, and they should have been like, oh well, this is how you make a fire. If you this is how you build. This is how you build. They should have taught us how to build like homes in the wilderness. They should
Yeah.
have taught us how to survive being homeless, how to apply for food stamps if you need them. They should have taught us everything. But I remember Jaden Smith said in the interview, he said, school teaches you how to be a prisoner. It doesn't teach you how to be a wealthy member of society. It teaches
Yeah.
you how to be a prisoner. It teaches you how to be a slave. Same with these 9 to 5 jobs. A lot of these jobs, they don't want you to move up, especially when it comes to people of color. Nowadays, it's a little bit different, because, due to a lot of the protests recently and all this other stuff, and like a lot of equality actually somewhat being taken serious, not as fast as it should be, but, there's more opportunities now. But it's like a lot of these jobs, like they just teach you how to get caught in the system, like, oh, be okay. Oh, we're going to give you a salary, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to, you don't even get paid enough to be on your salary. You got to do all this extra stuff. Like a supervisor, you move up to a supervisor, you still get paid the regular amount of pay. You just got to do a lot extra more.
Like,
They cap you on your money. You can't get overtime because they don't want to pay you more. But you have to
mm-hmm.
work a certain amount of hours at a certain pace that they want, or they can fire you instantly. They can fire you. A lot of these jobs, they can fire you for no reason. They don't want to
And then
teach you
on
how to.
salary,
Mm,
it's like, even if they don't schedule you, it's like, well, they still schedule you, of course. If they don't schedule you crazy, you still make the same amount every month. But if you do put overtime in, it's still going to be the same amount as if you were like going there once a week, than going in there and working your ass off every day. It's going to be the same flat rate. And I think that's bullshit.
I had a manager when I worked at Taco Bell, and I remember a manager told me like she gets paid salary after 40 hours. If she reaches over her overtime, she gets paid less than half of minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are you serious? So if we have literally 1,000 orders right now, and she knocks them out all out by, just say, if it was, just say one day she's there barely having any help, she knocks out 90% of those orders by herself. She
For
doesn't
crumbs.
get she doesn't get a raise.
For crumbs.
She don't get no bonus. She gets less than half of minimum wage, and she has to stay there because most likely she's under contract. Most likely, if she breaches that contract, she's gonna get sued. And on top of that, she'll probably never get a manager position like that ever again because another job is gonna look like that. Like, oh, you were a manager for Taco Bell? Okay, that's what we're looking for. Oh, you broke your contract? Oh yeah, well, if you want to work here, you just gonna have to be a regular degular. You can't be no manager because we can't trust you. And then
Mm-hmm.
and then like a lot of people who get management positions, they overspend their money because they get enough money. Oh, I can get that new car. Oh, I can get that new place. They don't live below their means, but they're not taught that at a young age. So then they end up in a whole bunch of debt, stuck at a job that they don't even like. So they're stuck in a cycle like, dang, I have to stay here for like 3, 4 years because I have 6, 7 years worth of debt that I need to pay off. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. It's crazy because if we were just taught like money management, and I think that also like investing, I think investing should have been taught like heavy. And we could have like there should be laws that set and like let people who are minors to invest in something where their parents can't touch it, where they get their own investment, you know what I mean? And it be legal because sometimes people restrict access from basic wants and needs just because they have to go through their parents first. So I feel like that should have been enforced too. So yes, I fully agree. I think that school didn't really focus on the things that we needed.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's just hard.
And I think like to add to your investing part, I believe that investing should be taught from elementary school, even preschool. They should have something that of course you want to reach on everybody's level. Even if it's like a little childish cartoon, it should be like a childish cartoon that they watch, but it's subliminally teaching them this is how you invest.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you don't spend your money. If you spend your money and you mess up, this is how you get it back. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. But the government doesn't want smart people. I remember I was watching a video on YouTube like a while back. Somebody said the government is always going to need people at the bottom. They want people. They don't want everybody at the top because they only want a select few. They need more people at the bottom so the people at the top can stay rich. So that way they barely have to work. And some people are satisfied with that. Like, there's gonna be some people who don't want to invest. There's gonna be some people who don't want to, make it far. They just want to do good enough to pay their bills, which is completely fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, especially how COVID hit, all the people lost their jobs. All the people lost that money. There's so many people who had so many different investments that they relied on that 9 to 5, and then when that 9 to 5 cut them off, they didn't have nothing. Like, there's people who's been working
Trash.
jobs for 20, 30 years. They get fired, but then when they start rehiring, they don't want to pay that person that much no more. They're like, oh well, yeah, I know you had seniority, but we can't pay you this much. Which in reality, they could have paid them that, but what they're doing
Mm-hmm.
is they're hiring somebody who's younger, who knows how to do some other stuff, and make them work a little bit harder so they can get either that same amount of pay or get more. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It makes no sense.
Capitalism. It's like a rat race. Everybody's in this little wheel, and until you realize, like, you don't have to run. Like, you know what I mean? When you're your own boss, you don't run. You literally go at your own pace because you dictate how much work you do. You dictate, you know what I mean? And then once you get enough money to expand and everything, you can just hire people to do that job for you
Yeah.
so that you can just sit back and, you know what I mean? Life shouldn't be that hard. And You should invest in your craft. Like, whatever your craft is, invest in that. Even if nobody else believes in you, if you believe that it's going to work, like, it's going to work. It's going to.
Yep, you're right. Because there's so like everybody's got a talent. Everybody's got a hidden talent somewhere. Everybody's born to be good at something. And it's like you just gotta find it. And even if it takes you a long time, like sometimes it takes it longer than others. But once you find it, you got, like you said, you gotta invest in it because somebody out there is watching and somebody out there is appreciating what you do. Regardless, they might not say it. It could be a little kid down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like just say like you start a YouTube channel about drawing or something like that. You get 10 views here, 9 views here, 2 views here. That one little kid down the street is probably watching every single video. Your coworker, they may not say it, but they really look up to you. You're watching your every move. That would there and there's always that person who's willing to invest in you who's watching. They're just waiting for you to be
Exactly.
consistent enough for them to approach you and be like, "Hey, I'm willing to invest in you." It takes time, but it's all part of the process. A lot of people they just want it right there and then. Like some people think like for instance, like if like a rapper, for instance, just say if somebody can rap, they make one hot song, they be like, "Oh yeah, this song's hot. I deserve to be signed by Ti, or I deserve to be signed by this label or Interscope or this and that." You got to show that consistency. Like so there's them occasions where there's somebody that comes out with one song and it blows up and they get signed off rip. But at the same time, that don't happen for everybody. It's nothing wrong with hoping that you come up with something, some type of idea, whether it's music, fashion, whatever, and then somebody pick you up right there and then. But you can't expect that, and you can't focus on what everybody else got going on.
Dead ass. The main person that you need to focus on, first and foremost, at all times, is yourself. It's not a bad thing. It's not a crime to be selfish. The only crime that being selfish comes with is like if you're doing it under the guise of like that you'll get good karma back for treating people like shit because of, you know what I mean? Like I feel like excuse me. I just lost my train of thought. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking just now. My fault.
No, you good. What you eating?
Bruh. I just ate a whole I opened that one upside down. This is the second one I opened though.
Doritos?
Flamas. Shit's fire.
See, I was never a Dorito type guy. I tried, but it never touched me.
I just like food in general, so I get it. But like I don't like beans. A lot of people like beans. I don't like beans.
I
Or
love
like bacon.
beans.
I don't like bacon either, but a lot of people do.
Bacon, the only reason why I don't like it is because no pork on my fork.
Yep.
But bacon is one of the most amazing foods that some twisted person made. You decided to kill a pig and you just came up with like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make something called bacon. No, let me tell you something about bacon real quick. Oh, I I need Doritos with meat like nachos. I couldn't
Like a
do it.
walking taco. I had a walking taco the other day from this new Mexican spot that I discovered here. Boy, that was
I love bacon, ham, pork chop. See, I was
Only
never.
pork
I never
that
had
I'll
pork.
eat is the pulled pork, and it's got to be sauced up. Like, otherwise, I'm not eating that shit personally.
I remember working at McDonald's. Oh, God, I came up with the greatest discovery ever. If you're at McDonald's, like I said, I know pork on my fork. But if you're at McDonald's and that little toaster where you put the things in, challenge yourself. Put some bacon in that toaster and let it run through. I guarantee you, you will have the best bacon you probably had in your entire life. Don't put it on the stove. Don't put it on the stove first. Don't put it on the little stove first. I'm talking about get that bacon, let it run through the thing where y'all put the I think the I forget what it's called, but you put that in the little toaster where it just slide through. Just let that bacon sizzle, baby. Let
When you
that
say
bacon.
toaster, do you mean like an air fryer?
Nah, it's this toaster thing where they put like the biscuits. I think it's like the biscuits through or the McGriddles, and like
Oh yeah,
yeah, they
the
fall.
toaster oven.
Yep, the toaster of it slide through. I put the one day, I was just like I was like, I'm about to make me some food. I'm like, what if I put this bacon in this toaster? I put the bacon in there. That bacon came out so crispy and like of it was in the middle of perfection. That's all I can say. And then I had the nerve to put it on that McGriddle.
Man,
Oh my god. Ooh wee. No, I used to live Subway bacon. I would put it in the microwave and eat it when I closed. Sorry, Subway. Bacon in the microwave? I'd see. I don't know. I don't know about that Facebook user. Don't say your name. I don't know about that though. In the oven.
sorry, Subway. Ah,
I remember I worked at
you know
Subway.
you was not sorry.
oh, Subway. I didn't lie. When I worked there, the first time I worked at Subway, they spoiled me. I ain't even gonna lie, they was spoiling your boy. I was coming home with footlongs, salads, and I was, oh my god. Oh, that
I
was Miss
make them little
Wanda.
personal pizzas. Boy,
Hey, the pizzas was slapping though. I ain't even gonna lie.
I used to
Miss
fucking.
Londa, I wish they would show your name on here. They just say Facebook user. They don't show Miss Londa, but we shout out to Miss Londa, podcast extraordinaire, business extraordinaire. Make sure y'all go show her some love. I was on her podcast on Sunday. Y'all better go watch that episode because we was
I
talking.
watched it.
See,
I watched it.
hey here, man. All four kids at the foot. Hey, when you close and they say you can bring some food home, you
Period.
already know.
Period. Not gonna waste no time.
Oh
You mean to
yeah.
tell me I can go home and the kids are fed and I'm not gonna hear no complaining? Oh, I'm bringing it home. Hell,
And for those of y'all who don't got kids, y'all already know how it go down. They're like, oh, you can take
you're
anything. I
welcome.
remember I worked at
That was true,
Sabaros,
but you're welcome.
and before they, because at one point they said you could take anything home. I remember if Lane or T-Ship or Frico is watching this, remember when I worked at Sabaros, right? And I was bringing all them pizzas home. I remember this one day I didn't have no ride home. I had like 6 different pizzas. I had like 8 or 9 strombolis. I had over 12 breadsticks. I had 4 things of the pastas, and the pastas is big. Man, I called Lane up. I was like, bruh, if anybody can give me a ride home, I will feed them. They was like, what you got? I told him the menu. He was like,
What do I not have is what you
T-Ship
should have
on the
had.
way. Oh my god, I'm talking about I was bringing home so much food. Oh my god, it was crazy. Like I was literally feeding the house. Like it would be so many people there. Everybody would be like, some people would be coming up like, "Can I get some too?" I was like, "Man, take whatever you want."
Yep.
I'll be able to, like, as much food as I brought. I was able to feed like probably like 12 people, 12, 13 people, and still have food left over.
Yep.
But then eventually they was like, "Oh, you can't bring any food home anymore because we're a bunch of losers. You know, throw all that good old food away, Sabaro." Man, at least at the location I was at. But I mean, but during the time though, because I remember that manager, we didn't get along. That's a whole different story. But he said, "Oh yeah, you can take the food. You can whatever we got left over, you can take home." And especially when nobody else took the food home, come on now, you know I'm collecting like an office
Yes. What? Like,
boy.
man, what? You grab all
Ooh,
that. What?
especially when your boy was down bad on groceries.
Because this is my dinner again tonight. What?
Man, pizza party every night. Lay, I know you remember. Chef, I know you remember. If y'all watching, y'all know. Oh man, good times, good times, man.
My phone gonna die. Ooh,
Your phone finna die.
I got it on the charger, but my phone was gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Hold on one second.
Shout out to them Chargers. We ain't talking about LA. Unless the LA Chargers want to get on the podcast, then shout out to LA. You know, shout out to LeBron James, year 20. By the way, I'm gonna keep shouting you out until you get on the podcast. Yeah, Ohio to Ohio, 330 to 330. You already know what's good. Canada, Akron. You know, shout out to Big Bronny. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I always loved working at food jobs. Like, working at fast food sucked, but there was always a way to get some type of free food.
Yeah.
Always. You know, I just couldn't stand the man. I mean, I couldn't stand the managers that are just so mean with the free on the free food side. Like, I get it. You want to use your leftovers to count up your inventory and whatnot. And it's the rules, but y'all eat in there all day. You can't
But
spare.
I feel like after you take inventory though, like it's fair game. If you've already logged it, it should be fair game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you already counted it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can't give it away to the employees." You can't even give it to the homeless. Y'all say, "Oh, we gotta throw it away." No, you don't. You
You
can
literally,
throw it to
that
me.
is a greedy. That is such a greedy rule. That is such a disgusting rule. Whoever made that up, please choke. Please choke, because that's not even cool. Like, it's not even cool, especially when there's people you have no idea, and they're sitting there slaving their lives away to put money in your pocket, and you can't even give these people free food that you're going to throw away anyways.
Right, and they do have to get rid of it after a certain time.
Oh, I'm not talking about expired foods. Yeah, that shit should go.
Oh yeah,
But
oh
I'm
yeah.
saying, aside from that, like,
Like, who really gonna know? That's facts. Facts.
dude,
Facts. Look, I'm just saying though, like, I mean, I get it, like, you don't want, like, some employees will purposely make some stuff over on purpose. You're not supposed to do that. Now, the ones who don't do that, like, I remember working at Dairy Queen, because I worked at a lot. I worked at a lot of fast food jobs. I remember working at Dairy Queen. I remember one, oh man, I remember Dairy Queen. I had this one manager. He was so cool. He would get on the little headset. He'd be like, "Hey, Brian, can you make me this, and that, da, 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 da." I was like, "Okay, I got you." He's like, "Oh yeah, make yourself something too."
how
I'm
nice.
hungry.
I'm me.
Hungry.
Literally me.
Oh man, those some good times. Like, there's, shout out to the managers and the store owners, store managers, and the owners who feed their employees. Shout out to y'all because y'all really don't understand how much that means unless you've been in our situation. Now, you greedy corporate mugs. Now, no, you don't get no love. No, that was my sandwich. I was hungry. Those were my fries. You threw away. Oh, well, we have to throw them out anyway. You can throw them to me. How about you throw them to me? I'll throw them in my stomach so get in my digestive system so I can work better.
Literally.
Give me some food. Show me some. I'm here all day. I'm over here sweating, burning calories.
That would be the only time that I would be like, okay, if you saw me as a trash can. If you're gonna throw it away anyways, you might as well just give it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste it.
Hey, this show ain't gonna get wasted. Not this way. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's so wild. Like that's one of my dreams. Like I want to own a restaurant, and what I'm gonna do is every time you work, you get a free meal. You get a free meal. I don't care. I don't care.
Shout out to Patrick Jr. at Thai Express on Republic Road in Springfield, Missouri. He definitely hooked me up with a job like that for sure. I didn't have to pay for shit, just ate for free at the job, got a free meal and then I usually made like my days were like 8 hours. So I got an hour break, like, dude. They showed me love, bruh. That's what I was saying. I think did we say it in the first part? I can't remember if we said it in the first part, but or before we got on the stream, but either way, uh they showed mad love, like, whew, I cried hard, happy tears over that for sure. Damn, I didn't even want to leave.
Shout out to you, Patrick. I don't know you, but shout out to you. You're one of the real ones. Food Express.
No.
Man, I love like. Oh man, that's one thing. That's another goal of mine in real life. I would like. What's that one guy who goes to different restaurants and eats all that food for no reason on the food channel? With the blonde hair.
Guy Fieri?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's one of my life dreams. Like, imagine you wake up and you're like, I'm about to get paid to eat free food.
Well, you just gotta go to culinary. That's all it is. You just gotta go into culinary.
Oh yeah, true. I did go to culinary school, didn't pass. I would give a shout out to the Art Institute, but y'all got shut down. But yeah.
No,
Yes,
no.
yes, but one day I do plan on going to this one school called Escoffier. It's online. I can get a.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. They give like the whole kits and everything.
Yep, and they got a culinary program where you can go for plant-based foods. So you can get like a bachelor's degree in culinary arts for vegan food. That's one of my goals.
Nice.
Yeah. So, by the way, any vegan restaurants? I'm not vegan. I'm a wannabe vegan. Well, you're probably a little bit upset about the bacon thing. I apologize, but I'm human. Please forgive me. But if y'all ever want to send some food my way, you can hit my DM. I'm more than happy and more willing and able to eat anything that you want to give to me for free or a discount. I'll support the cause. But yeah. And shout out to Random. Shout out to Insomnia Cookie for having those vegan options there. You can have a little bit more, but shout out to y'all for the, sometimes late at night, and it's down the street from where I live at.
They try, they trying.
Oh yeah, they try, but
they do need more. They need more of like everything.
Oh yeah, facts, big facts. Oh, food is so good. Food is so good.
Making me want to go eat again, bro. I'm dead.
I kind of want to eat again too. Like I had what did I have before we got on here? I had these. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Brian, funny as hell. I swear to God, if he shows me them fucking tacos that he cooked that one time, I'm gonna be mad.
These right here. Oh, almost fell. Oh, these right here.
Is that like vegan chicken sliders?
Ooh.
I've never seen those before.
Gardy, this is one of my favorite vegan food companies. I'm not gonna lie. When I first got and they come in these little packets. You know what I'm saying? Like there's two packs in them.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who are beginner at eating plant based, make sure you season and sauce, because if you don't, you're not gonna like it. Me, see, I'm sort of an OG in the vegan game eating, so I can eat them plain Jane, and they taste wonderful to me because my taste buds, you know. But remember, all y'all who want to go plant based, seasoning and sauce is a must. Seasoning and sauce, but I'm telling you, like these slap so great. These right here, and they fill you up. And the crazy part is, like, they fill you up so fast. They fill you up so fast. And oh man, it's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
That's dope though. I wanted to try like new like vegan spots and everything because I feel like I've eaten pretty much everything else. So,
oh, I already know. No, you're in trouble. Oh, go to the Slutty Vegan. You should go to the Slutty Vegan.
Where's that?
I don't know. Hold on. It's somewhere in Georgia. Hold on.
Is it?
Siri, where is the Slutty Vegan?
I don't have an answer for that.
You know what? I'm not gonna ask
She
her.
said, "Nah, not today."
Slutty Vegan. Yeah, okay. We're gonna ask Google instead of Siri, since you know Siri wanna act all funny, brand new on the podcast. Location. The Slutty Vegan. It's in Atlanta.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's like a couple. It's a couple hours drive, but it ain't too much.
Yeah, like I know she expanded a lot of locations, but her main location is 476 Edgewood Avenue, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia. I'm talking about, like, I saw a video of her restaurant. People are lined up for like over a mile trying to get in there and eat that food. Her food is like, I heard her food is crazy. Like, wait a minute. Oh, I thought, okay, because she just she made a post in St. Louis, Missouri, but I thought she had a location there, but it was just like she was going on a tour, so you know. But I'm talking about, she's got everything. I'm talking about vegan breakfast, lunch, desserts. Like, oh man, it's crazy. But yeah, if you ever get to go there before me, please let me know the experience, because
I low-key might take, like, if I do make the experience, I might have to make some content on the way there, like the drive, the experience there, and then I'll post it on TikTok and then everybody can see. But I'll definitely send it to you first before I put it up.
And if the Slutty Vegan want to be a guest on the show, or if you want to send your boy a couple plates, you know what I'm saying, let me know, Uncle Joe.
Good show. I'm gonna see if they have some type of like shipment option.
Man, shoot, I hope they do, because I like, oh man, ever since I've been eating like plant-based, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, my whole outtake on life is just so different. It's so crazy. It's so wild.
I hella felt that.
Yeah, but Kyla, I wanted to thank you for being on the show. You know, I gotta hit the gym soon, and I'm sure you got a couple things to do yourself. This was actually one of the longest and funnest podcasts I had.
You already know.
So before we go, let everybody know, because I'll put in the description, you know, your social medias and whatnot. But for those of you who don't like to read, Kyla's gonna tell y'all how to get in contact with her and how to reach her.
So I just recently made a TikTok account. My sister had been like literally pestering me for like ever to make one, but I finally did. I think it's Frost Cookies, something like that, or Frosty Glitter, something like that. Um, I might have to like go back into the podcast and like have to like copy and paste from what I said earlier because I do not remember. And then my Instagram is _bulletproof soul _. That's I think in between bulletproof and soul there's a dot, like a period. So that's my Instagram page. I don't really have any other social medias though, unfortunately, other than Facebook, but you know.
We're gonna keep the Facebook and the Snap for the fam. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no creepos hopping on like, oh yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Oh, you on the podcast?
that's personal use. So
Personal. Y'all don't want to get too personal now.
nah.
But yeah, I'm so glad. Like I said, I'm glad to have you back on the show. Those of y'all who are listening who didn't get to see the live on the podcast, go to candymantv.com, CANDYMANETV.com, so y'all can see the live video. Y'all can see the funny comments that we had on the live. I got a lot of comments on this one, though. This one was going. This one was going. Okay.
I liked how interactive it was. That was dope.
Oh,
that was
same. Show. All right. I gotta holler at you real quick before we go. But we about to get off this live. We about to get off the pod. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all stay safe. And the live is ending.